Now let's take a look at bobbins and how to load a bobbin into the bobbin case. The most important thing for you to realize, if you look at these, they say L. The style of bobbin that we run in that embroidery machine are L bobbins. That's the size. Now, you can run several different kinds of bobbin. You can run cotton bobbins, but the most common are polyester. And here we have several examples of polyester. First off, they come in two colors. They come in black as well as in white. White is the most common. The reason we would typically use a black bobbin is if you're sewing on a dark material and you feel that based on some very short stitches, you might pull a little bit of that bobbin thread up to the top surface. If it's a dark color like black against a dark surface, it blends in a little bit better and your attention is not drawn to it. When it's white on a dark surface, your attention is immediately drawn to that. But white is the most common. Now, within the polyesters, okay, we do have a couple different kinds. We have what we call spun polyester as well as what we call filament polyester. Now, we're going to take a close look at especially this spun polyester. Now, what really is spun polyester? Okay, spun polyester is where they take these little fibers and they spin them together to make a thread. The downside of the spun polyester is the fact that they're all little fibers that stick out. They're the little ends of those little threads. And they get caught underneath the tension spring of the bobbin case. And over time, if enough of those little fibers break off in there, they start holding the tension spring up. Therefore, you're not putting the proper tension on your bobbin. If I put filament polyester right next to it, you can see that thread is a much tighter, cleaner thread. That's the one that we generally prefer to run, is our filament polyester. Let's take a look at how we load the bobbin now into the bobbin case. This is the bobbin case out of the machine. In the front here is your clasp. That's what we grab to take it out of the machine. Up at the top here is the pigtail. Okay, this is the back of the bobbin case. Now, we start out with our bobbin thread coming off the top to the right. Now, when we hold the bobbin case, we don't want to be looking at the front where the clasp is. We want to be looking at the back with this opening facing up. And now we simply take the bobbin as it's coming off the top to the right. We place it inside here. And then we want to pull the thread into the slot that's right down here at 5 o'clock. Then we simply bring the thread up into the tension spring. This is your tension spring. It comes out on the upper right-hand side. And then right before we put it in the machine, we wrap the pigtail one time, and then we pull the thread straight down the face, but make sure it does not go behind the clasp. It just hangs in front of the clasp. And that's how we load a bobbin into a bobbin case. Now that we've looked at our standard bobbins and we've looked at how to load a bobbin into a bobbin case, let's take a look at some other examples of bobbins that are available. Besides a standard paper-sided bobbin, which is what we saw earlier, bobbins also come sideless. You'll notice that there are no sides on this one. So that's a sideless bobbin. And another specialty bobbin is this one here, and this is called a MagnaGlide. Now if you look, there's that little black ring in the center. Okay, the advantage of a MagnaGlide, that ring in the center is an actual magnet. Now, in order to use this, you would want to take your bobbin case and this piece in the center here, this gunmetal colored piece, we want to take that out. So just take a screwdriver, go behind it, and just lift up, and this whole piece comes out, because we want the magnet to actually touch the bobbin case. So now we load this as normal, and the advantage there is as this is feeding, that magnet is helping keep a little tension on this, therefore giving you a more consistent tension on the bobbin, therefore helping you form the best stitch possible.